have 6 days. Good evening, everyone. Sorry for the little delay. We're actually trying to see how we can gather more people to be part of this meeting. Currently, from what I'm seeing here, we are just less than 100, and I felt that this kind of meeting we should have over 300, over 1,000 people. That's the reason we use this platform, so that we can have as many people as may want to join. The other meeting we had a problem with number. We had a problem with the platform that could not provide more than 1,000 people entering, and so it was a very bad experience. Since then, we adopted this method so that, number one, we can have people can revisit this meeting, and also people can also as many people that wants to join can join. So good morning, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are joining from. And in case you are hearing me, let me know in the chat room that you are hearing me. My name is Pastor Yemi Ayodele. I am coordinating the three committees that has been charged with the responsibility for Nigeria investors reclamation fund reclamation process. So thank you very much. If you are hearing me, just say good evening to me, or good morning to me, or good afternoon to me, so that we can start the meeting. Let me also state very clearly that I don't know if you are seeing my video, but I'm not seeing myself from here. I consciously wanted that I will be able to be on video today. The meeting of 2 weeks, 2 Tuesdays ago, I was on video. The last meeting I could not be on video because my system also, the camera, I don't know, once in a while will refuse to come up. But I'm sure you know, a lot of you should have heard my name, and so when people talk about video, I am not afraid of video. I am who I am, and I know many of you know me. So I will. If not that, if I stop this meeting now, to end the meeting, I would have come out and see if I log in again, if my video will be able to show. But be as it may, we are not doing beauty pageant here. We are doing intellectual conversation here, and so I don't think the video is it's people that have trust issues, and also probably that have not seen me before, never known me before, that will talk about videos and make it look like it's a big deal to have the video. Thank you, Kaini. So thank you very much, everyone. As we know, the process we started exactly 2 weeks, 1 day ago, to raise $150,000 to be able to pay not the lawyers, but to be able to pay the investigators. And I'm going to explain it. After several search, we found a law firm in Florida, USA, who had won a case like our own. And for a company, for investors who invested in a company just like the one we invested in, and went down about the same time that ours went down. And so when we saw that, we started the process. We checked them out. We began to check everything that we could check about them. To a large extent, over 30 of us were satisfied that this is beautiful. You can't hear anything, please hear. So we certified that this was beautiful. And for every minute, I just finished a meeting now, which has been on for about 1.5 hours, and I still beg them to please still do your own research. I hope that by Wednesday, I will be meeting with all investors that are resident in America, and I'm going to still find some of them who live around Florida to visit the office, to also do further checks. And we consider this as them as good. We consider their record and experience having helped Emini FX investors to recover over 150 million out of the about 350, 186, 180 million out of about 350 million have been recovered already, and the founders have been found out. And so we felt this good. They were also currently handling Novatech. And the videos, the last meeting I told us, everybody go and search. I'm going to put the Professor Truth Be Told. Just go to YouTube and search this channel, the Professor Truth Be Told. And please scrutinize all the videos posted on Emini FX that has been recovered and Novatech. If you have any red flag, please just go into any of our platform and just drop your red flag. I discovered that this was just manipulation. I discovered that this was not true. You understand? Just put it there. And please be very objective. Not like somebody who said, I hope you are still hearing me. Not like somebody who said, I called them and they didn't pick. And I said, you were calling them in the night. I gave you this hint in a night like this. And by the time you said you were calling them, it was in the night in America. So, and you are asking a customer service agent about a contract that has not been signed. This contract at this point is still being discussed by the owner of Will Morris law firm, Will Morris himself, and his senior team. Okay, so that is that. So we call this meeting to be able to review the process that we've been through and ask for suggestions. Please, let's be very objective in our suggestions. It's very annoying and very insulting for people to have made effort. We've been on this effort for the past 7 months. And for somebody to just want to say, oh, we could improve the process of collecting this money, and say, what rubbish are you people doing? There are 2 ways of saying something. There are different ways of saying something, but if your mind is skewed towards negativity, your presentation will show it. Okay? So it is very important that we respect the fact that some people have dedicated like 7 months doing this work without being paid and without asking for payment. And so at least we should respect these people and speak nicely to them. And like I said, everybody on our groups deserve their sanity. So when people think they can vent and they can talk anything, they should also know that there are people who are emotionally averse to negative speeches. And so they also get disturbed when you say negativity. So because of that, we are very, very, we take very serious concern with people who just come to put negative things. So we called this meeting not because you asked for it, but because we felt there could be some suggestions in one corner of our team members that could improve this system. And let me first announce to us that the deadline for the payment of this money, or they will move on and withdraw the approval that they have given us to represent us, was to end yesterday. Since Wednesday, we've requested for an extension, and yesterday we graciously got an extension for an additional 7 days, which will end by next week Monday. By this time next Monday, it's next week Monday, it's ending, and so we need to raise this money. In the meeting I held 2 weeks ago, I asked, after explaining the process, one of the things, and I will keep asking. I just told some group of people in a meeting that just ended about 5 minutes ago, and I told them, if by next week Sunday I'm going to call a meeting, 150,000 is complete and it's in our hand, I will still call the people. Do you agree we should release this money? Are we in one accord that we should proceed? If on Sunday the majority say we are changing our mind, please don't continue again, we will refund you your monies. This is me giving you this word. So it is not at any point in time any black market arrangement. We are making this very, very open. And in every meeting, I will end this meeting again by asking, Do we think this is what? Because when we started talking to the lawyers and we kept giving them reason why we can, they said it's two options. Ask your people, do they want to look away from the money and walk away, or they want to give this a try? Okay, so please, I will still ask you at the end of this meeting, do we want to give it a try or want to walk away? But the first meeting, over 99% of the people say, let's give it a try. There is no assurance anyway. But when you look at what they have done before and you think that it is good, then we will do. But when I'm not asking now, at the end of the meeting, I will ask this question. So please, we are here to discuss about the contribution process, the payment process, and we need suggestion on how to achieve this 150,000 before Saturday, before Sunday this week. So please, that's why we are here. And if you have any other suggestion, if you have any red flag about this company with Morris law firm, please, this is what we want to hear in this meeting. Thank you very much. So please start dropping your question. I'll start picking it up to respond to them. Thank you for all those that has given commendations. We appreciate it, and you are the reason we are strong and we are pursuing this process with all our strength. So kindly post the address in Florida. So please just hold on. I'm going to give you their website. Let me find it out. Please start dropping your questions, your comments, your suggestions. Please start dropping it. I'm trying to load their website and just show you, so you can just pick the address from their website. And please, if you know anyone in Florida, please, or near around Florida, please let them go to their office and say, our leader says, the committee, not the leader, the committee in charge of this, the conversation is on to engage with Morris Law Firm and blah, blah, blah. And then don't talk to customer service agents. And I said it, this contract is not yet signed. And so if you make a call to a contact center and you're asking them about a contract that is not yet signed, I'm sure you know that the customer center cannot know about it. So we are still in conversation with this. And for some of us that attended the previous meeting, you met with the lead the owner of the company himself. It was on that meeting, and more than 5 of them. Professor was there also, and several of them. And so I've dropped that's the website of the Will Morris, morrislegalflower.com. And then they have another address, which is where they host any litigation like ours that is ongoing. They host it in this one I am sending. This one is not their website. It is ongoing litigation site. It's not there. So I'm going to be very clear and put it down, litigation site. So with morrislaw.com. So you will see MNFX, for whom they have gotten recovery, and Novatech that is just in course. Okay, please, the issue of merchant is discouraged. Please correct every error concerning the merchant. It's discouraging. Okay, let me explain this to us. It is discouraging, but if you understand the process, you will know why this is neither here nor there. So we're going to beg for your patience. I just had meeting with some team leaders, and I beg them to help me suggest people that can act as merchants, so that we can have more. And if possible, we even have merchants per team. And I will look at it. There are conditions which we use to accredit merchants. One of it is that they must have a surety. They must have a guarantor who we know, and we tell them the implication of you guaranteeing this person is that if any money is lost through payment to this person, you are going to refund it, because we are very concerned about you. We don't want you to lose money. And so we can't just, so we currently we have just 2 merchants, and you can bet it that a merchant treating even 150 transactions in a day is a huge volume. And let me also tell you that they are not just transferring money, they are sending the screenshot to an email the same way you are also going to be sending to another email, so that we can provide checks and balance, and we can validate every payment that is made. So yes, it's very discouraging, but we have held the meeting we held just now was majorly on these merchants, to be able to see how we can bring more people on board, and how can we can ease the process. So we'll continue to fine tune it, because we know without this process being smoothing up, we might also be delayed, or delay a lot of people in paying. Sorry, please join me for the first time. What happened to the first legal team before consulting another legal team? The first legal team had ended its contract with us. The contract was for 60 days, and it was extended even beyond 60 days, and to more than close to 120 days. And so the contract expired. But while that contract even had expired, there are still a few things that we can discuss with the law firm. But we also discovered that our scope was actually larger than what he can sufficiently handle. And so we, in the process, we got this one, and we said it is not a bad idea to look at to use multiple approaches at the same time, and that's why we are here. But let me also state this here: the money you contributed towards that law firm, the first law firm, is about $4,100. It has not been paid to him. Other monies were paid by some volunteer leaders that was paid to him. The money the team, you and I, or the general investor contributed, which amounted about $4,000, had not been touched, is still intact. And in the last meeting I held, I promised, if this process does not go through and we do not continue to pay the 150,000, and we say we are not going ahead again, including that 4,000 is going to be refunded to everybody that paid it, as long as we can have the documentations. So I hope that answers. Please, leaders, thank you. Helen Chidiogo, thank you. They should go ahead. Thank you. Okay, there was a response by the professor to a similar question as mine, that the efforts of Nigerian investors can lead to the release of the old fund. OMP founders want the old fund. Yes, it can. Just, I like the word, it can, but it's not guaranteed. That it can even yield $1 is not guaranteed, but that it can yield everything is possible. That it can yield a portion of it is possible. All still has to do with what did they do with the money. Are you getting it? If the money, if at the end of the day, even maybe they were able to show that 100 million out of the money went into bad business, they actually did the business and it failed, and it is provable, all of that. But what is important is that is why the first part of this job is what we are doing, to be able to fund the investigator. They are licensed investigators that will go after the wallet addresses that we paid money to, or through which some of us have been paid before, whether bonus or our matured investment. They will track this money from wallet to wallet until they get to the end of where this money is hiding. And even if it had been moved out, I know we also, for a few of us who know crypto, when money is moved out of the crypto space, it's most of the time through P2P. And P2P will show which bank account it is sent to, and they can follow it to the bank. And from the bank, you can say, okay, this money has been used to buy one asset in Miami. The payment will direct where this money was paid to, and it will be tracked. So they have a lot of work to do in tracking. And until they have tracked, the investigators have tracked, the law firm cannot even go to court. So now when they are going to court, to say, these people, I represent these people, and the investigators have done their work, the monies have been found in so banks and wallet and blockchain and all of that. And so we are asking for first that this money be frozen. And so then we can now start the prosecution. So that is the process. Oh, and so the release, the possible release, it is a possibility. It is not a guaranteed and assured. However, whether it is total, I'm giving this example again of many effects that have been recovered. The total investment fund is a smaller scale than us. It's about $350 million, but they've been able to recover, I think, 160 million. So you can see that it may not be total, it might be total, it might even be more than we did. So all of that will depend on the process. That's why I always also like to emphasize that this process is not a guaranteed recovery process. It is that we want to give it our best shot. And I said in every meeting that I hold that I've committed the last 7 months or more to this process, not because for posterity's sake, and not because there's a guarantee, but because I will, if there's a recovery, I will celebrate and I'll be the most excited. If there is no recovery, I will celebrate and I'll be excited because I was not cowardly, and I gave it my best shot. And I'll be happy that the world, the entire Nigeria knows that I put my time into this, and we as a committee and all of us put our time into this, and we did our best, even though it couldn't bring about recovery. So that is what I have to say. That bless. How much have we realized now? As at now, we have just been able to realize about $40,000. About $40,000. So 40 from 150, we still have $110,000 to raise in just 6 days. So please, we need to speak to ourselves. We need to find people who still believe in possibility. We need to speak to people who still believe, who still have some trust in their head and have not lost trust for people to say, this thing, we think it can, we should give it a try. This thing, these people, we think they are doing the right thing. You know, every time people still come and say, you people, in fact, in the last minute, somebody said, you people, you don't know that these people are still scammers, they still want to take money from you. That is the way his mind is skewed. And it is not in this kind of situation that you want to change somebody's mind who is negatively skewed before. So we believe that 110,000 is possible in 6 days. And that's why we sought for the extension, and we got just 7 or 8 days extension, but as now it is reducing. Some money was put out from the brokers portal to recovery portal. Can we not? I hope, if I explain this, if you understand what we are faced with, like I always say, if you understand the shit we are in, that recovery portal, that brokers group, is for those who understand finance and accounting. It's a memo item. What you are just seeing is like somebody just writing 1 million for you and say, go and take it in the bank. Just write it on paper. What you have there is a migration of data and not migration of money. So I hope you understand it, because a few people still come and say, but our money is on brokers group. Brokers group is just your information is on brokers group. Money did not accompany it there, evidently, from what we have seen the last 1 year. So understand that, like my people will say, know this and know peace. If the above is possible, it's supposed to be a possible also for the leaders who benefited immensely from business to see to it that the investigative office are completed. Yes, that's what they are. Some of them are seen to. At least we have seen some of them who have supported this process, and they have paid as much as $1,000 in the last 2 weeks. Individuals of some of those leaders we are talking about. But I want you to understand, and I keep saying, we are not set up here for leaders. We are set up here for ourselves. If you have a leader you know and he brought you into this business, please get into his DM and tell him that he should support this process. And I want to tell us that at the end of this project, we are going to tell you the top leaders that supported this project. Okay? So, but I am not a law enforcement officer, neither am I a lawyer. So I don't have the power to enforce anything. I just know that I am running a course for the generality of Nigerians who fell into this situation like myself. And so I don't like to talk about leaders here. I think we are all leaders, and what we do today will make us to become the leader that we want in our leaders or we are just also asking for what we are not. Uh, what of those that don't have the money to pay? Okay, Ifem, let me again answer this. You see, for every litigation like this, like I said, when we came in here in October last year, we had blank zero experience. 7 months down the line, I can tell you that I am a lot more experienced in this process. And if in case somebody have this problem, I will not let him go through all that I went through. I'll just tell him do this and do this, and then he's up to date with where the knowledge I have today. So now this is the way things go. The lawyers don't go to court and say we came to represent all Nigerian investors. The court will say, because you don't go to court and say you cheated the whole Nigeria. No, you go to court to say, I am a lawyer representing my client. I'm sure you have heard those words before. I am here to represent my client, ABC Limited. So we have to say we are here to represent our client. The lawyer say we represent 9,478 Nigerian investors. And this is their list. It will be an attachment. And what makes you enter into that list is your contribution, sir. Is your contribution, ma. Because that is to say, because okay, somebody has been saying, why not this? And you came to scam us, and we still put those people's name in it. No, sir. For everybody that doesn't have anything, there is still something that we have. And that is what we want to see, to be able to list your name. Even the lawyers want to be sure that they are representing people who have the intent of being represented. So everybody should have money, please. This is just the truth. And let me tell you the way the process runs from experience of what we have seen. I've listened to more than 20 videos of Emini FX and Novatech. When the case is won, they will now say, okay, we got out of $2 billion that was taken away, we got 300 million. These 9,000 people have this 300 million. The remaining 20,742 that did not join this cause can go after the remaining $1.9 billion and look for where that one is. But the one we found is for the people that we represented. Now, if we found everything, if the lawyers got everything, the whole 3 billion, they will tell the court that, my lord, we have shared the portion that belonged to this, and we will leave the balance with the what do they call them? The receivership. To now, they cannot do a public announcement and say we have 1 billion here for investors with this defunct system, and in case you invested, please come over and this. And you get this, the way we have seen it go. And so you must understand that and know that everybody just have to be on board. I have shared this sentiment with the lawyers, and it didn't fly. And if you were here last 2 weeks Tuesday, I showed us the calculation they gave to us, and I look very stupid that even what we are asking from people is as small as 15,000 naira. I know it is big for some people, but I also know that there is somebody that you have related with well, and you have formed a relationship with, that can do your 10, that can take out of your $20 and add 10 to it for you also. Do all of this behind the scene and just come here with your $20, $50, $100, whichever category you belong. Thank you. The other unfortunate members can now pay for whatever they are claiming after a successful litigation. This is not an option, Joel. The option of payment after litigation, and let me again explain it. There are two payments here. The lawyers that we have contracted are not collecting a dime until after recovery. I hope you are hearing now. They're not collecting a dime. Even after recovery, they're not going to come to us and say, oh, let's negotiate now, so that after recovery, they are not asking for 70%. No. They are not for in the court, when you go to court, I say, in the case of the general investors versus Emini FX. So we are using their case study. In that case, it is the court that will say, after this case have been, they appoint a receivership, and they will say, Will Morris, who had who represented the 1 million people, will take 2% of the recovered amount. It is the court that will specify it. That they are that professional. So it's not that they are going to charge us 20% or they are going to charge us. No, the court will declare it as part of the judgment. That having recovered 180 million, the law firm, after the taking all expenditure, will take 10%, 15%. The court will say that. Now, so they are not collecting any money. However, before the court can even go to court, before the lawyers can go to court, they need an investigator. They are licensed investigators that will say, bring your wallet addresses from which you have been paid at some point in time during the course of the business for 4 years, and we will follow it back to back and trace where every money moved. Until that is done, the lawyers cannot even go to court, even though the lawyers don't want to charge any dime. The lawyers, the investigators company are the one charging us $150,000. I hope that is very clear. We commend the effort. Thank you very much. I've made the payment and sent the proof of payment to the employer. How do I confirm my payment registration with the compensation team to be sure it was registered? If you sent your mail, it was registered. However, we are improving our processes every day. That's why we call this meeting, so that in case there is suggestion to improve our process. But this afternoon, about midday today, we're able to configure our mailing system to respond to everybody that submits their evidence of payment. And I'm sure a few people can just in the chat just drop that they paid, they did their mail after 12 noon and they got a response. I even dropped a sample of the response that some people received. So for those of you who dropped yours before then, don't worry, it's definitely going to be there. And after we have gone through this process, we will publish those who made it to be represented. The link to the payment fees should be reposted by our diamonds, please. Okay, you see, that's why I am avoiding this diamond top leader thing. We created a group. We are on Telegram. Why you can keep affiliation with your team, but in case you don't get it there, make sure you are in the Telegram group. And I always beg you, the moment, if you are just joining the Telegram group today, make sure you read backward to at least April 1st. So that we can see everything that has happened and all this process. People will not be asking, how do I make payment? The process have been posted there. And the good thing about Telegram is whatever is posted, even before you join, you can still read them backward. Okay? But the links are on our platforms. In my opinion, the payment should be left open even after the deadline. That will not be possible. Because this 150 has to be, if we get the $150,000 sincerely, and we are able to pay on Monday as the deadline, we will ask the law firm if we can still add an addendum to the consent list, and we can seek for a few period. But I'm not sure that, I cannot guarantee that that's possible. I'm of the opinion that money should be recovered first before the investors. You see, this is what I told some people that I held meeting with in the course of the week. We don't cut the shot here. Or is it cut or call the shot? We don't call the shot here. You see, there are some things you are doing, you know that I can say, get out. We don't cut the shot here. The law firm cut the shot. And every plea bargain that we could do, we have made with them. And it is not just part of their process to say investigators also should not collect money. Investigators collect money. They don't have a relationship with us other than a one-off, maybe 2-3 months, 6 months. When they do their work, they move away. The lawyers take us through to the end of the process. Even when the recovery have been made and the receivership have been appointed, they will not leave us. So those ones, they are willing to wait till there's a recovery. If there's no recovery, they are willing to walk away also without any payment. But that this 150,000 will not be paid. 3 meetings were held, even to reduce the amount. And it was discovered that the same money they charged MNFS was the same money they charged us. And they are saying, we thought that you are in the size of MNFS. MNFS total investment was about 350 million. Ours is in billions of dollars. I mean, all over the world. So it's not an option. Let's just understand that, and let's find other. If you couldn't hear, okay, thank you. I would suggest that in the event that we are not able to raise 1,000, the leader should make it up. There is no leader here. I don't know any leader. Amanze Daniel, I don't know any leader. If you know the leaders, please get across to them. But the leaders that I know, they are in the group with us. And I can tell you, as of today, about 5-7 of them have paid $1,000 to this course. And another 1-2 of them have paid $1,500 to this course. I can tell you that boldly, and it will be published. But if you know leaders, I don't know leaders. I am here to represent you, and it is you I know. So let's understand what we are doing. We are not here after people. We are here after the real process and the real people that we knew genuinely. The court can hang on to other people, but the ones I can beat my chest are the founders of this company, and they are the ones that I am interested in. The court can add more people to it. Okay. You agree with Amanze Daniel, although unfortunately I don't agree, and I've explained it. Well done, leader. But I may add the legality of what you are doing in the light of the current crackdown on cryptocurrency in Nigeria. What's the status of Omega Pro investment? I don't know where to answer you. What's the status of Omega Pro investment? That's what we have discussed all for the last 7 months. So I don't know what to say about that question, Sylvester. However, we are trying to manage it because the payment, and that's the only option we have for now. Okay, you published 3 merchants, but you're saying 2. Please correct. Okay, now we tell you, when you go to make payment, don't put description. One of the merchants have been blacklisted because people are putting descriptions that could make an account to be flagged. And I don't know why it is difficult for people to understand why description should not be put there. You are paid. It is somebody gave you the names of these people to go and transact business with. So, and the person said, don't put any description. So please, that is what took out merchant 1. So for now, we only have merchant 2 and 3. But I'm willing between now, tomorrow, and next to get more merchants on. If you have any, consult any of your leaders that can reach me and let me take them through our accreditation process. And if they get accredited with a surety, we will announce them. People are willing to pay, but since 50-50 is people are afraid. Yes, we are equally afraid. In fact, I am more afraid. That's the truth. I'm more afraid. But the truth is that for posterity's sake, some of us are doing this not because we cannot be afraid. Anyone whose $500 has been taken away will be afraid to put another $5. That is just 1% of that. But the options are 2. Should I say 500 have gone? Do you know that? Let me give you this as a financial person. In the financial system, a bank gives a loan to, let me not call names that are known, ABC manufacturing company that manufactures cement. And in 3 years, he couldn't repay the 100 million naira. Do you know what we call loan restructuring? Bank can say, come, we will start watching this. We will post our staff. In fact, sometimes banks post their staff to the company. They will be here. They will be in the cashier department. Every payment, every cement you sell, will collect the money. However, we put additional 100 million into it again, so that, because they see that if they don't put additional money, they've lost the loan. And there's nothing. The best you do is to lock up the company, and it won't bring your money back. So they will do what we call loan restructuring, add more loan, add more money, but monitor more stringently. And so it's similar. Should I look away from my $50,000, or I just pay 200,000 naira compared to $50,000, which will be in our time like this now? We're talking about 70 million naira. Should I walk away from 70 million naira, or I pay 200,000 to try? So this is just a simple way I can explain it. People are afraid, I'm afraid, but I am more positive than the fears that might come. Okay, this is a suggestion on how to raise the money. Wouldn't it be nice if the crown black diamond? Okay, I will have answered that question, Joseph Audu. You know that leaders in this business who have benefited immensely have answered that, and I believe that this is clearer than when you submitted this observation. Good evening, Pastor. I made payment to Merchant 4 days ago. I sent evidence of payment, yet my payment has been acknowledged. Please say to this, please, Tokpa Ekumba, please drop this same thing on our platform, and I'll pick it from there and follow up with it. And those of you on the platform, you have seen everybody that I've dropped, I have brought a positive response back. The merchants are overwhelmed. That's the truth. But when I hear 4 days, I disagree first in my mind until it is proven. Somebody said I've sent money since Friday, just this morning. For those of you you're on the platform, and in my mind, I just said, drop the evidence. Don't just drop the evidence that you paid money to him. Drop your screenshot of your chat. And when I saw the screenshot of the chat, the first chat to this man was the first time he sent the evidence was yesterday. So if you paid on Friday and you sent evidence, until you have sent evidence, it cannot validate your payment. It can not even start. And we have also said, don't send money to any merchant until you have first chatted them and say, I'm about to send this, and they say, go ahead and send. Don't just send money and then you. So this is, however, your case is valid. If you prove it, just drop your payment screenshot on our group, either on WhatsApp or Telegram, and your chat with the so that we also see where you breached the procedure, because 4 days is unacceptable. So if it is proven to be true, it's going to be immediately followed up to make sure the right thing is done for you. Okay, what do you mean it is not possible? I don't understand what you are saying. It's just the statement is hanging. Some of us will appreciate if more time be given for payment. I wish. The time ended Friday. The time given ended Friday. And we requested for an extension, which we were graciously given, but only for 7 days. And so, and they have said to us that there cannot be any further extension. Let me tell you, the hands of these lawyers, law firm, their hand is full, and they have requests on their table that they want to either know if we are coming in, they will only pick a few that they can handle. If you are not coming in, they can pick an additional company to replace us, because more people are asking for their services. So that is why we also respect the fact that, in fact, I was more scared as at this time yesterday that we may not get an extension, but graciously we got it, but only for 7 days. So by this time, by first thing on Monday morning, the fund is supposed to be moved to them. Otherwise, the provisional approval we've been given to be represented will be revoked. Some people brief off on pause. I don't have anything to say about pause. The only thing I can tell you about pause is that in our briefing to the lawyers, we have listed pause as part of the associated companies of Omega Pro. So we listed pause, we listed Go Global. So hopefully their searchlight will also be on it. So there's no guarantee for recovery. Yes, Marian Lawa, there's no guarantee. We are only making a try. Thereafter, after the success, the condition of those who fail cannot be enough. That's not an option. I have 20 accounts under my care with the consent form is already filled as requested. Can I send single transfer to the wallet? Yes. Taye Fatima, you can send one transfer. You have 20 consent. 20 consent. Send one transfer. It may be one for $10, one for 20, one for 70, one for this. Send everything, $370, and list all the 20 names and how much each one of them is contributing. Okay, what is it for? I believe we shall recover the money. I'm 100%. Julia, Chinwe, these are the positive-minded people that I like, and please keep encouraging us, and together, by God's grace, God will support us to win. How are we paying the money? Please join our Telegram group. Please let one of the leaders or one of the committee members, help me drop the Telegram link. Please, just the Telegram link. Help me drop the Telegram link so that in case you are not there, please join and read backward to first of April at least, and see everything, the process. Okay, Franklin, how I wish to contribute. What happened to somebody like us that don't have money to contribute? I've answered that, and I hope you heard me when I said it. I believe you. If you were not there, let me know. If there's no recovery, it will be more painful to people. Oh my God, it will be more painful, very, very painful. So, but it is just like I said, it's two-sided, it's two-edged. Should we not make a try, or should we give it a try? Okay, it's more painful walking away from a 20 million investment for me than contributing 200,000 naira again to try. Can the investor get an upfront? No. They do not, they don't, they said they don't do that. What's the cost of other investors in other countries? Okay, the other investors in other countries are also trying what they can do. If you remember at the beginning of this in October, we even tried to join the French team. They brought a man who charged us, everybody must pay 150 euro. And most of us dropped out because not just because we don't have 150 euro, we have so many issues with this company, and a lot of red flags also were here and there. Up to now, we've not seen any major success that they have recorded, but I am not sure. So this is like what I'm saying. So if that country make a recovery of $120 million, and the total investment in the French team is $700 million, and they only recover 120. You think they will share to Nigeria? No, they will not share to Nigeria. They only share to those in there that they represented. Kindly assist with the people who did not have money to pay of fees. We have the trust, but some of us fall our cash. Unfortunately, there is nothing like that's why I said in this while this business was going on, we made relationship. Please, let's explore that relationship. Reach out to somebody you have met, somebody very funny and nice, as an example, dropped on the group. Please, I am interested in this. I have $10. Can somebody help me with 10 additional dollars? And there and then somebody offered to give the exact amount and paid the money immediately. So we build relationships, and sometimes people make lose out of opportunity because they even lack character. So I believe that we've made relationship, and we can tap on that and reach out to people who can say, sir, today somebody had $7 and is being helped by somebody in his team. So please, let's look at all of these options, but the money is very important at this point because it is what will determine whether we move forward or not. Time cannot be given for payment. Like I said, it is just as it is. Please, we need account number to pay. Some of us don't have crypto. The process is on the you must not pay by crypto. The process is when you hear us talking about merchant, there are people that can collect any naira for you. And as of today, the value of naira is 1,440 by our own estimation. What if the court give them a high percentage? Oh, we don't have a choice. If the court is the court, it's the same court that even went through the process. But I think the court is not it's not just it's not a kangaroo court. I sign off for us to go ahead, but I can't afford to pay, and I'm currently dealing with some Mexican. Sorry about that. The now of Mega are not willing to refund investors. I remember them saying that, oh, somebody see here saying they said that. The last thing they said was in March 2023. And so whatever they said and they kept quiet for this long means that they do not mean what they said. And so I cannot take what they said for any pint of salt. In case you have more than one account, can we just make one payment? Yes, you can make one payment, but make sure that you have the right consent for the number of accounts. For example, if you have 7 accounts and 5 is for you, 1 is for your wife, 1 is for your husband, you have to register 3 consent and pay per consent. And I explained this, if you were here 2 weeks ago to Tuesday, OmniFX have made recovery for 5 months, but they've not been able to pay the investors one dime because of KYC issue. So if you KYC that Miracle Farm invested $7,000, when it is time to present a consent, or when the account comes, they now say Miracle Farm, Joy Farm, Innocent Farm. They say these are conflicting. So for every known name that can be KYC'd, please do a consent and do a payment. Please, can we have the list of those who paid on the platform before handing over our contribution? That is for transparency. We will try and do that. We'll try and do that by the grace of God. The Dominion hour, it's like you've been out of the system. Are we saying our money are not with them? Yes, they are. We have not even had them say anything since March last year. So we don't even know what they are not even saying anything. What's deadline for make payments? Sunday this week. Yes, we'll try and publish the names of those who paid. We will publish. We'll publish. Okay. What's the position of the president of sales who was also coming to Nigeria? Is the only thing I can say was that he supported us in the first payment we made to the other law firm. And so that's what I can say. And for now, I cannot say much because I'm not directly in touch with him. Time should be given. We don't have that privilege. We got an 8-day extension already, and they have told us this is the last extension. If one had paid the last time and the amount paid corresponded to the investment category, does this have to pay? Bassey Nelson, if you paid the last time, for example, if you invested $1,000 and your payment is supposed to be $20, but you supported the last one with $20, please bring the evidence, send it to option 3 recomp.option3@gmail.com. Send the evidence and your name and the amount, and it will be validated. Okay, but there must be evidence that you paid the last one. Okay, you don't have to pay them. And in case what you're supposed to pay is $100, but you supported with 20 the last time, you will make a payment of $80 now and send the 2 screenshots to option 3 recomp.option3@gmail.com, and it will be validated. So, like I said, not $1 has been touched in the last payment that we made. So it's still very much intact. 4,000, about 4,003 or 4,103, I can't remember. Okay, thank you, Olado Sutilayo. I got a response for one of my downlines. So now, since afternoon, if you send any mail, you will get a response. Status of Omega in light of crackdown. Omega Pro was not into cryptocurrency. We're not told they were into cryptocurrency. They were into forex trading. Okay. During payment, don't make any description. Okay, thank you, Chinelo. How do you know that your payment reached the correct destination? I've told you, if you have sent before, just assume it reached the destination. But if you send from afternoon today, you will get a response. And after the process, we will circulate the list of those that pay so that you can validate. There's also something that I said in the last meeting. It's not, I'm not saying it. I hope that if we're able to, let's assume that we at the end of the day, we are able to raise $152,000. One of the things that we need to do very urgently is to have a cleanup of our data. Some people that submitted the last time submitted just plain rubbish, and they knew they submitted rubbish. And I know some of them have been posting, can we correct what we submitted? Because you see somebody, how much did you invest? Say, how am I supposed to know? Type in the column where you're supposed to type $200, $500. Say, how am I supposed to know? So if you don't know, who should know? So like that, we need to clean it up. So we need to rebuild another website to do this, and we need money for that. So it's part of the expenditure that we may be incurring after we have made this payment. But everything will go through the proper discussion. We're going to have a meeting like this, tell you what we needed to do, get your approval to do it. If you say don't do it, we leave the data as dirty as it is, and when if there's a recovery, we come back to deal with the dirty data. Somebody who invested $500 or $50,000 and say, how am I supposed to know? And then when it is time to say, oh, you said you invested, how am I supposed to know? Okay. Now the money collected, has it reached the agreed amount? What we have now is about $40,000. So we need about $110,000 in the next 6 days. Being a leader is not easy as eating my mind. That's why you are saying that you don't know any leaders now. Yes, we all need to be sincere with ourselves. Undume too, you have your leaders. Please, can you reach them? I was not appointed by a leader, and so you appointed me. We set up this committee and we have taken up this process. But I'm telling you that some of the people you call leaders, they are in our group. And some of them, I have told you how much they have made. If you want us to publish their name, as a matter of fact, it's not if you want us, we'll publish the name of everybody that made payment. And so you can go through it and see any leader that you are talking about that did not make payment, and you can go, if you have their phone number, call them up. Extension of time is till Sunday this week. Why is it that we don't have update when the former course of recovery failed till now before informing us? We have update, ma. I have said this in several meetings, and it was not that it failed. It didn't fail. It ended. The contract ended, and I have the contract, and you can see the terms of the contract. We can circulate the terms of the contract, and you can be sure that the contract ended. I commend the effort. Thank you. Please, if you could raise the money when it is covered. No, that's not an option of payment after service. The lawyers have accepted that, but it is not in the character of the investigators to take that. Somebody say, I have 3 accounts. Am I supposed to pay 100 per each? No, the amount you have will determine how much you are paying. Your payment is not 20. You have 2 accounts. It is not the username. Onyitech FX and Boye FX is not the username. Onyitech FX is the name to HIP Quadri, and Boye FX name is to HIP Quadri. If they are both to HIP Quadri, which is the name you can do KYC on, then you will register one consent for to HIP Quadri and say you have 2 accounts with a total of $2,000, and then you will pay the amount equivalent to $2,000. I paid 100 for 13 accounts. Do I need to write all the usernames? Yes, you're supposed to write. No, you are supposed to write your name and the number of accounts and the total amount. Okay. What do you mean by consent? Consent is that I am giving the lawyers I am giving my consent to the lawyer to represent me in this case. And to do that, you have to register it through the process of registration, and you have to make a contribution payment for that. That is what a full consent is. A full consent must be backed up by payment. What about someone who purchased POS token but never had any license to Omega Pro? Yes, okay. Value creation, this is what we suggested, because this is for now about Omega Pro. POS is a link company. For now, this is how it is presented, but I know the Torchlight will go to the link companies according to what we have discussed with them. So if you have a license, please, of POS, please register it as though it's Omega Pro, but register, state it that it's a POS account in the username. Please share the consent form again. Please go to our group, our Telegram, and the consent form is there. What happens if 1K is not raised at the end of it? If the 150,000 is not raised by this time on Sunday, I will request that I will call a meeting. I'm definitely calling a meeting on Sunday to tell us the status. If the 150 is not raised by Sunday, I will ask for 7 days. I will ask for 7 days to reconcile the accounts. And after 7 days, we'll begin to make payment refund back to everybody that paid. Okay? Ephraim, you paid $20 the last payment. So if what you are supposed to pay is also $20, just send the evidence of the $20 you paid in December and send it to recomp.option3@gmail.com and state it in the. But if what you are supposed to pay is $50, you will pay $30 and send the evidence of the two, both 20 and 30, to the recomp.option3. How do I give the consent? I've paid. Hope my payment will not be invalidated. There's a consent form. You are supposed to fill the consent form and pay, not pay and fill the consent form. However, if you have done it in the reverse, it's not a problem. Go back and fill the consent form. Okay? Thank you, Ijoma. Any other question before we end this meeting? This is going to 2 hours. 1.5 hours. Any other question? Please We want to encourage as many of us that still believe in possibilities, that still believe that we can give this a hard chase, to please do everything to ensure that we get our money complete. Okay? Please tell your friends, tell them that we are doing a worthy job here if you believe it is worthwhile, and that they should please support this process to raise the complete 150,000. Please join the Telegram group. Please, can somebody, please, secretaries, my secretary, my committee members, please help me drop the Telegram link now before we go. Some people are not yet in the Telegram group. Please join the Telegram group. And please, before you say anything on Telegram group, make sure you read what has been posted up till at the least April 1st. That way you will have sufficiently refreshed your memory about every conversation. Ignore those that are insulting us. Ignore those that are saying, I'm looking for my payment. Those ones, but just read back and get all the major information posted by the admins. And then before you even make any comment or say anything. Yes, Tijani, the deadline has been extended till Sunday this week. So please make sure you fill your consent form if you have not filled and make payment. My children are all below 18 years. I didn't fill a consent form for them, but I added the amounts to mine when I fill the consent form. I also paid a single amount. Ngozi, there is no hard and fast rule about this, but I just give suggestion. Like I said, we've not been through this before, and so, but based on some of the experiences we have read about and that this company has handled before, where I'm making some suggestions. So this is a suggestion, not a guide. So not an affirmation. So you can leave it as it is. What I advise is that for every account that can be KYC'd, that you can do a KYC on, put them in one account. The other one that may have complications, put them separate, so that you don't have a 50,000 account and $30,000 is you can KYC it, but 20,000 is holding the entire 50,000 from being paid. But if you have 30 and you separate 20, that you know you might have to do further explanation. When payment is done, you have received the 30 or from the 30, but you know that you are now having issue to explain this 20, and it can take you the next 3 months trying to explain it. So this is the way I see it, and I say, okay, I will separate those accounts that I know I will likely have more explanation to give, and I put one account that I know everything is fine. All the names are, I can provide the KYC for them. But the way you have mixed it up is still okay. Like I said, I see that we could present a case of they are under 18, but I'm holding it in trust for them, or I was holding it in trust for them. I filled the consent in April. I do not have the merchant address. Please go to the groups. All of the information at the Telegram group. I'm specifically mentioning Telegram group today because it is the safest place to be. Because even if you are just joining today, you can read everything that we have been saying since December or November that we formed that group. So, but if you enter WhatsApp, you start asking the same question that have been posted, which can be very burdensome. The daily exchange rate should be posted in good time. I agree with you. Sometimes it is not just possible, but we'll try our best. But this is what I always advise. If the rate have not been posted, use the previous day until the new one is posted, okay? If I have $100 in one of many accounts, how do I pay for that $100? Please don't forget that if you invested anything in total below $200, register your consent, but don't make any payment. Every $100 and $200 license are going to have automatic consent, the automatic approval of consent. They don't have to pay any dime. That is the way we deem fit to structure the payment. But if you did on $200 and you still think, oh, I love what pastor is doing, and I want to give 20, even $50 to this, it's still welcome, but you are not mandated. I have 3 accounts of $100 per each. How much will I pay? That's 3 accounts is $300. You pay 5. You pay 10. Is it 5 or $10? I can't remember. But if you get into the group, all of those details are the table is there. The table is there. Okay, so let's be asking our questions, but we are already rounding up. We are already rounding up, but I want to see if I can still open. So let me again screen or share my screen on the amount to pay. So can you see now? Can you see my screen? If you can see my screen, just tell me in the chat room that you can see my screen. So you can see if you invested above or equals to $50,000, you have to pay $200. If you invested between 10,000 and 49,999, you have to pay $100. So what we are saying is that you invested 60 million naira. Just support this process with 240,000 naira. You invested about 12 million. Support this process with 120,000. You invested between 5,000 and 9,999, $50, which is about 75,000. You invested between 4,999 and $1,000, just $20, which is about 30,000. Then you invested between $1,000 and $300, just $10, which is about 15,000 naira. Then if you invested below $300, which is 200 and $100, you don't have to pay anything. Just register your consent and don't pay. I think, is this clear? You can take a screenshot of this and have it for those. But if you join the groups, you will see, you will see all of this information there. Since they are not licensed in America, I am tired. Okay, they will. The lawyers have handled similar cases. And if you remember, if you were with us as at February, we asked all the investors that are resident in America to fill a different form apart from the consent form that they have filled. And the reason is what they call establishing jurisdiction. The fact that you are not registered in a place does not give you the license to come and defraud the people in that place. So that's the way the law sees it. And so we will, that is it's already explained. If you submitted without putting your pause, just hold on, don't add it. If God helps us and we move beyond this point, we are going to publish on a website for you to update some of this information. So if you feel in December, the same applies. You will update it at the right time. But this is what I say. If you have 7 accounts, all of $1,000, and you mistakenly add them together, even though only 5 belong to you, 1 belongs to your wife, 1 belongs to your child, leave the 7,000 as it were. Pay the money for the consent, but fill that of your wife and your son, because only your name is on the consent. Fill a different one for your son, fill a different one for your wife, pay for it. When we open the modifying the website, you will not change your own amount to 5,000, having opened 1,000 for your son and your wife. Please, is there please, I don't want to mention name, committee members, please help me drop the link, the Telegram link. I keep seeing the Telegram link. So please, if you filled in December, don't fill again. Please accept all of this explanation that I've made. If you have another account with $300, yes, you have to pay differently. Not username, it is your name, Stella Alue. If you have Stella Lu 1, Stella Lu 2, Stella Lu 3, Stella Lu 4, and you have $300 in them, it's still all one consent of Stella Alu is your name, and that's what appears on all of those 3 accounts. But if one is Stella Alu, one is James Alu, and one is Stephen Alu, there are 3 different consent forms. I hope we understand this. What God cannot do exists. Yes. What of those who have more? Yes. The maximum anybody is paying is $200 if you have any amount above 50, it's 50,000 and above is $200. But we have spoken to you, some leaders, and we want to see, as part of our trying to achieve this within the next 7 days, those who invested above $50,000 can that will voluntarily help us with more than $200. We will be very, very happy. We will publish their name also and appreciate them. You fill consent form before, so all you are doing now is making payment. Okay. Thank you. I think I need to run out of this before another question will drop. Thank you very much. I'm sorry that my screen, my picture is not showing. I'm a very handsome pastor, and so that you are not seeing my face is not of my making. My camera just refused to come up today, I think, to deprive you to see my face, but I'm not hidden. You can check my Facebook account. You can check my Instagram account. I am not a hidden person, and all of this we are doing for humanity, and I believe that we all be happy at the end of the day. Please, where is the link? Please, where is the link? Everybody is suggesting that somebody should pay more. You to pay more. Pay more. Even the thank you, pay money for saying thank you to me. Okay? So please, I know that all of the, but you see, we cannot be sentimental about this. Let me tell you the truth. Somebody invested $50,000 for selling his house, and somebody picked $500 from his savings account, and somebody picked $2,000 from his retirement money. You can see that the pains are different. But the scenario I just painted now, the man that took from his salary is the least affected directly. The $50,000 is the most affected because he sold his house. The one of 2,000 is a little affected also more than the one that picked from his savings account, but because it's retirement money. So the bigger the amount does not indicate that the person has less pain. Let's understand this, and let's just have the good heart. And I know that between now and Wednesday, I'll be able to announce people who on their own voluntarily donated $1,000, $2,000. And I can tell you, I've told you a few people that have done $1,000, about 5 of them just within this period I've done $1,000, about 5 of them, about 4 of them, and 2 did 1,500, 1,500. There was no category like that, but they did it. So please, it is about the heart. I stay in Houston, Texas. I didn't fill any different forms. Can I get one to fill? Please, can you drop this in our group and then we'll pick it up from there? What about those, but they live in UK? It doesn't matter. You might migrate and be in UK. Please fill the American investors form also as part, but you have to fill the consent. So that does not eliminate the consent form, but we are just trying to gather those that invested in. Okay, let me just a little explain. I'm already tired, so I'm rushing. There's what they call establishing jurisdiction. And how they establish jurisdiction, they even said our case is very simple to establish jurisdiction because we have Nigerians who live in America who invested in Omega Pro, and then we have a founder of Omega Pro that lives in America. So those of you, 120 of you, are going to court against Mike Sim and joining us, the 9,000 of us, as I don't know what the name is, maybe in a plaintiff or whatever, to now and use Mike Sim to be also with the remaining 2 founders. So this is what they call establishing jurisdiction, and they explain it very elaborately. So this is what the plan is. And the parents have nothing. Like I said, Ajao Patricia, please use what we call our network. I know we didn't do this together to be alone. We did it together, build friendship, build relationship, and so please reach out. Somebody might be there who can give you that money that you need, that little support that you need to be here. Telegram group link is still not here. So please, those of you that wants to get the American not consent form, a registration for US resident investors, please drop. Let's get it on the group. Madam Yeti, are you not on the group? Madam Hannah, are you not on the group? Theophilus, are you not in the meeting? Please, can somebody drop the Telegram link? I just answered Mr. Friday about those who register in Nigeria but they live in US. Just still register as those who live in US. Okay, it's not the consent. The consent is everybody register the same consent, but there's a list we are gathering for people who lives in America. That is so register there too, please. Thank you, Reverend. I am not connected from my phone where I can get this. Okay. Let me get it. Since my people are not answering me, let me get the Telegram link. Let me see if I can quickly get it. It's my Telegram. Okay. Telegram link. Where are you? So just hold on. I'll get the Telegram link for you. When my fathers and my mother forsook me, I look for another father and mother. Link. Where are you? Can I search? I'm searching for the Telegram link. But please, if you get it before me, just help me. This is I'm already in 2023. Telegram link. So somebody should help me, please. Okay, I found it. Oh, somebody's got it for me. So, yeah, it's saying it's expired because it's not expired. It's not expired. Okay, I'll drop it as many times. Okay, Yusuf Olasoji, you are having 4 different accounts of $100 inside my own account. Can I remove that $100 out of my total? Should not register the consent of those $100. Okay, you want to register? Okay, if you choose to do that, if you choose to do that, register just $200 for yourself. If you choose to do that, because that's the only thing that will give you the privilege of not paying anything. Okay, thank you very, very, very much, and have a beautiful night. Thanks to, please, I always like to appreciate all the committee members. I am the one that speaks, but they are the one that do the work. So thank you for all the support, and help me to thank them for doing a massive work and allowing me to come and show on the screen as if I'm the only one doing the work. Thank you and have a beautiful night.